Okay. Okay. Andariki namaskaramu. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Sarala JL in Botany, working at TSRJC Hasanparthy. So, when we observe the botany, first we have to discuss about what is botany and the significance of botany. So, botany, it is a branch of biology. So, it deals with the study of plants. Botany is the branch of biology. It deals with the study of plants. Then plants are the major source of life on earth. Without plants, life is impossible on the earth's surface. So that's why plants play a major role in day-to-day life. Plants are an integral part of human life. They are used in various aspects of day-to-day life. They provide us with food, oxygen, and a spread of raw material for industrial as well as domestic purpose. First, when we observe the botany, the first scientist was Theo Foster. He was one of the popular scientists in the branch of botany. So he done several research about plants and he wrote a book about botany and he was called as father of botany. Then with the invention of light microscope as well as electron microscope and along with that microscope, number of new advanced technologies are developed in science. With the help of modern technologies, the number of scientists they have to discover the structure of cell and internal structure of the cell and they have to clearly explain about structure of plant body and they also explains about the mechanism of inheritance, how to genes are hereditarily transferred from parents to their offspring, and they also discover the chromosomes and they also discover the genetic material DNA as well as RNA. So with the help of this modern technologies, number of new inventions are takes place in the botany. And when we observe the plants they can utilize the atmospheric carbon dioxide in their photosynthesis process and they release the oxygen. That oxygen is utilized by all the living organisms and the excess of CO2 is utilized by plants and prevents the global warming process. Next, plants provides food, medicine, wood, paper, rubber, a number of antibiotics, drugs, and medicines are extracted from plants. So that's why plants they can play major role in all our day-to-day life. And when we observe the branches of botany, botany it have number of branches. Morphology, it can explain the external structure of plant body. Anatomy, it can explain the internal structure of the plant body. And plant physiology, it can explain the all the physiological activities which are going inside the plant body. Taxonomy, it can explains the taxonomic categories of the plants in the plant kingdom. And cell biology, it explains the structure of cell and cell division, etc. And these are the major branches of botany. Okay, it is about introduction of botany and significance of botany. So without plants, we can't survive on the earth surface. So that's why plants, they can play a major role in our day-to-day life. Then we have to discuss about botany syllabus. Let us discuss about first year botany syllabus.
ఇట్లా కొట్టుకున్నట్టుంది ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ దాకా చూడండి ఎట్లా ఉందంటే సార్ ముట్టుకోవాలి చాలు
First unit in first year botany syllabus, diversity in living world. This unit consists 4 chapters. First chapter is the living world, and the second chapter is biological classification, and third chapter is science of plants and botany, and the fourth chapter is plant kingdom. The first chapter is the living world. The living condition means the organism which have to grow, divide, and reproduce and give birth to another progeny which is present in living condition. So when we observe the living world, in this chapter we have to discuss about the living organisms, and in this chapter some topics are deleted due to this pandemic situation for this academic year. Few topics are deleted in this chapter 1. Taxonomic categories and taxonomic aids. These 2 topics in this first chapter are deleted. Next, chapter 2, biological classification. So in this chapter, a number of classifications are there. First classification is binomial classification proposed by Linnaeus. Then 5 kingdom classification is there. That 5 kingdom classification was proposed by Whittaker. Then after that 6 kingdom classification is there. That 6 kingdom classification was proposed by Carl Wood. Those topics are discussed in this chapter 2. Then chapter 3, science of plants, botany. So in this chapter we have to discuss about origin of plants and development of plants. Next, chapter 4, that is plant kingdom. So in this chapter we have to discuss about plant kingdom. The entire plant kingdom is divided into 2 divisions. They are cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogams means non-flowering plants. Phanerogams means flowering plants. So in this chapter we have to discuss about cryptogams as well as phanerogams. So it is about unit 1. Next, unit 2, structural organization in morphology. So this morphology, it can clearly explains about morphological features of the plant body, like root, stem, leaf organization, as well as some root modifications, shoot modifications are there. So in this chapter, we have to discuss about morphological features of the plant body. But in this unit also, few chapters are deleted. Those chapters are root, stem, leaf. Those are completely deleted. There is no root morphology, shoot morphology, and leaf. And root, shoot, leaf modifications also deleted in this chapter. In this chapter, we have to discuss only morphology of flower, inflorescence, types of inflorescence, morphological features of flower. Okay, it is about unit 2. Next unit, unit 3, reproduction of plants. So in this chapter, we have to discuss about reproduction. So how plants they are reproduced, how they have to produce their progeny, how they have to increase their population. So in this unit, there are 2 chapters, but the 6th chapter, modes of reproduction. In this modes of reproduction, vegetative reproduction as well as asexual reproduction, these 2 topics are deleted. Only sexual reproduction is present. Both vegetative and asexual reproductions are deleted, and only sexual reproduction is there. And the next chapter is the 7th chapter, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So in this chapter, we have to discuss about sexual reproduction, the structure of male gametophyte, structure of female gametophyte, and the structure of embryo sac, and sexual reproduction, fertilization, syngamy. Those events are detailedly discussed in this chapter, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. It is about unit 3. Next, unit 4, plant systematics. So this plant systematics unit is clearly explains about the taxonomic criteria of plants. It is clearly explains about nomenclature as well as taxonomic criteria like genus, species, family, and all the hierarchical levels are clearly explained in this plant systematics. So this unit consists one chapter, that is taxonomy of angiosperms. So in this chapter, we have to discuss about few families, but Fabaceae family is deleted in this year. Remaining families are detailedly discussed in this chapter. Next, unit 5. So it is cell structure and functions, nothing but cell biology. So this unit clearly explains about structure of cell and cell organelles and functions of cell. So cell, it is the structural and functional unit of an individual. All the cells are constituted together. They can form the tissue. So cell, it is considered as the structural and functional unit of that particular individual. So in this unit, we have 3 chapters. The unit of life, biomolecules, cell cycle, and cell division. So the first chapter is the unit of life. So in this chapter, we have to discuss about the structure of cell, both prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell structure. Then we have to discuss about structure of cell organelles, etc. So next chapter is biomolecules. In this chapter, we have to discuss about the biomolecules like nucleic acids, carbohydrates, proteins. Nucleic acids. Those acids are present inside the nucleus. They are nothing but DNA as well as RNA. Both are called as nucleic acids. So, along with the nucleic acids, proteins also considered as biomolecules. Proteins, they are body building constituents. Amino acids are building blocks to proteins. Amino acids are constituted together. They can form the protein. Okay. Along with that, nucleic acids, proteins, carbohydrates also considered as biomolecules. So that's why in this chapter we have to discuss about nucleic acids, proteins, and carbohydrates and lipids also. Lipids are fatty acids. Okay. Next chapter, 11th chapter, cell cycle and cell division. So in this chapter we have to discuss about cell cycle. Cell, it is considered as the functional, structural as well as functional unit of the individual. A new cell is always developed from a pre-existing cell. So in this chapter we have to discuss about cell cycle. When we observe the cell cycle, there is interphase as well as M phases are there. Interphase is the resting phase and M phase is the active dividing phase. And the next topic is the cell division. So in this topic we have to discuss about the cell division. In this cell division, two types of divisions are there, mitosis as well as meiosis. Mitosis, which takes place in the vegetative or somatic cells. And through mitosis, one cell divides to gives or produce two daughter cells. And another type of division is meiosis. Meiosis takes place in the diploid reproductive cells. Diploid reproductive cells means microspore mother cells as well as megaspore mother cells are considered as diploid reproductive cells. Those cells are involved in meiotic division. They can produce 4 haploid gametes or microspores or megaspores. So those are discussed in the cell division. Next unit is internal organization of plants. It is nothing but anatomy. Internal organization of plants. This chapter is explains about the internal organization of plant body. So our second chapter, morphology, is explains the morphological features of the plant body, and our sixth chapter is explains the internal organization of plant body. So in this unit, tissue systems are deleted due to pandemic situation for this academic year, and we have to discuss about internal structure of dicot root as well as monocot root. Then we have to discuss about the internal structure of dicot stem as well as monocot stem, and the structure of leaf is also deleted. Tissue systems and structure of leaf, these topics are deleted, and it consists only one chapter, that is histology and anatomy of flowering plants. It explains the structure of root, stem, and it also explains the structure of wood. Okay, it is about unit 6. Unit 7, sorry. Unit 7, plant ecology. Ecology means, plant ecology means the surrounding environment of the plants or the surrounding atmosphere of the plants is considered as plant ecology. This ecology chapter, it can explains the surrounding environmental conditions. It includes both biotic as well as abiotic factors which influences the plant growth. In this unit, we have only one chapter, that is ecological adaptations. Ecological adaptations means plants, how they can adapt to their surrounding environmental conditions and how to tolerate some adverse conditions. And in this chapter, another topic, succession is there. Succession means on a bare area or in a water body, there is no life, means there is no plants are present in that area previously, and in that bare area, new life forms are existed slowly and they can finally form a climax community. Those changes are clearly explained in this succession chapter. And the last succession topic, not chapter, succession topic, and the last topic is ecological services. Those topics are present in this plant ecology chapter. So it is about total first year botany syllabus. Next, we have to discuss about botany second year syllabus. So in this second year, our first unit is plant physiology. Plant physiology means the physiological activities which are go inside the plant body is considered as physiology. Physiological activity means the metabolism which is going inside the plant body, and some other activities like photosynthesis, respiration, some chemical reactions which are going inside the plant body is discussed in this plant physiology unit. So in this unit, first chapter, second chapter and sixth chapters are deleted. So directly it starts with the chapter 3, enzymes. And it consists, this plant physiology unit consists of 3 chapters: enzymes, photosynthesis in higher plants, respiration in plants. The first chapter is enzymes. Enzymes are nothing but proteins. They catalyze the several chemical reactions and they can convert the substrate into product. There are several kinds of enzymes are there. DNA polymerase, RNA polymerase, ligases. There are number of enzymes are there. They can catalyze the several chemical reactions. Those are detailedly discussed in this enzyme chapter. Next chapter is photosynthesis in higher plants. Plants are autotrophs. Autotrophs means they can prepare their own food material. Plants, they can utilize the atmospheric carbon dioxide, water, and they are already having chlorophyll, and they can utilize the solar energy, nothing but sunlight, and they can prepare their own food material. So in this photosynthesis chapter, how plants, we have to discuss how plants they can prepare their own food material, and some light reactions are there, some dark reactions are there, and those topics are clearly discussed in this photosynthesis unit. This photosynthesis unit is very, very important for both IP and NEET. One long answer is coming from this photosynthesis chapter. And the next chapter is respiration in plants. Respiration in plants. In this chapter, how energy is released in plants. Respiration is a energy releasing process. In the previous chapter, photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, plants prepare the food material. It is in this chapter how plants they prepare the food material is discussed. But in this respiration chapter, that prepared food material is break down to release some amount of energy. That energy is utilized by plants in their various metabolic activities. In this respiration, we have to discuss about some cycles, glycolysis, as well as Krebs cycle, and aerobic respiration is there, anaerobic respiration is there, and respiratory quotient. Some topics are there in this respiration unit. Okay, it is about first unit. This respiration chapter is also important for both IP as well as NEET. Next, second unit, microorganisms is deleted, and directly we have to discuss about unit 3, genetics. Genetics, it is also branch of the biology, and it can clearly explains about how genes are hereditarily transferred from parents to their offspring. So when we observe them, some organisms, if we observe a newborn baby or new progeny, so that new progeny it consists both paternal characters as well as maternal characters. Those characters are hereditarily transferred from their parents. Okay, so in this genetics, one chapter is there, that is principles of inheritance and variation. Principles of inheritance means some characters are hereditarily transferred from parents to offspring hereditarily. It is called as inheritance. Variation means in some features their offsprings are differ to their parents. So it is explained with the help of variation. In this chapter, we have Mendel's dihybrid cross, monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross, gene interaction. Some important topics are there in this chapter, and this genetics chapter is very, very important for NEET. It is also important for IP, but there is no long answer for IP. Okay, next unit. Fourth unit, molecular biology. Molecular biology. In this chapter, we have to discuss about molecular basis of inheritance. Molecular basis means at genetic material level, how the characters are transferred from parents to offspring. So, in this chapter, we have to discuss about the structure of DNA as well as RNA. DNA, it is the genetic material. RNA, in some viruses, RNA is also functions as genetic material. So in this chapter, we have to discuss about the structure of DNA, double helix structure proposed by Watson and Crick. Then the structure of RNA. Along with that structure, DNA replication is also present in this chapter. DNA structure, replication, RNA structure and types of RNA, and transcription as well as translation, genetic code. Those topics are present in the molecular biology. This molecular biology is also important for, very, very important for NEET. Next, unit 5, biotechnology. Biotechnology. Bio means living. Technology means advanced process. So with the help of living cell or cell protoplast, or with the help of living system, to develop a number of new varieties in plants as well as animals. This biotechnology is also the branch of biology. It is the branch of botany also. It is very, very important technology for nowadays. So this biotechnology, this unit consists two chapters. The 11th chapter is principles and process of biotechnology. Principle means the basic step of the biotechnology process. This biotechnology is purely based on the genetic material of the particular organism, that is nothing but DNA. The desirable DNA is isolated from a particular organism, and the desirable DNA fragment is inserted into a vector. Vector nothing but a plasmid or cosmid or phasmid. They are used as vectors. Vector, it carries the desirable DNA segment or fragment from one organism to another organism. First, we have to isolate the desirable DNA molecule. Then it is inserted into the vector, and it is called as recombinant DNA or rDNA, which is transferred into a particular host. Next chapter is biotechnology and its applications. So with the help of biotechnology, number of new products and number of new varieties are developed in the plants. So when we observe the applications, number of industrial products like enzymes, organic acids, vaccines, and some other products also developed from biotechnology. So in this biotechnology, when we observe some homemade products like curd, bread, in those products, fermentation takes place. Due to that fermentation process, milk is converted into curd. And in the bakery industry, brewing industry, this biotechnology plays a vital role. Along with that industry, when we observe the plants, plant breeding, along with plant breeding with the help of biotechnology, within the short period, number of new varieties are developed in economically important crop plants. Along with that, disease resistant varieties, pest resistant varieties like BT cotton is the best example for this genetically modified plants. So that BT cotton, BT brinjal, BT tomatoes, golden rice, they are the new varieties. They are developed with the help of biotechnology. So it is about Unit 5 biotechnology. It is also important for both IPE as well as NEET. And the long answer is coming from this biotechnology unit. So that's why it is important for both IPE and NEET. And the last unit is plants, microbes, and human welfare. So in this unit, we have to discuss about how plants and how microbes are useful to human life. So in this unit, we have two chapters. And the first chapter, nothing but 13 chapters, strategies for enhancement in food production. Strategies for enhancement in food production. So when we observe the population, the world population is increases very rapidly, but food production is less. So that's why with the help of biotechnology and plant breeding, number of new varieties are developed in the economically important crop plants to provide the sufficient food to everyone. So there is a great scarcity for food in our India. When we observe the population is more, food production is less. Some people they are suffered with the lack of food. So, with the help of this biotechnology as well as plant breeding, number of rapidly growing, more enriched food varieties, crop varieties, not food varieties, crop varieties are developed with the help of this modern technology for human welfare. Next, microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, fungi. Those microbes, they have both beneficial aspects as well as harmful aspects. So when we observe the beneficial aspects, microbes, they can play an important role in industry level. For example, when we observe the yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So it can play an important role in fermentation. When we observe the beverages preparation, wine preparation, this yeast, it can play an important role in fermentation process. Along with that fungal member like yeast, some bacteria also, lactobacillus. This lactobacillus bacteria, it converts the milk into curd. So these microbes, they have to play a vital role in the human welfare. Some microorganisms are used in the production of antibiotics as well as vaccines. When we observe a vaccine means the killed or attenuated form of microorganism is called as vaccine. So there are number of vaccines are there. But due to this pandemic situation, coronavirus, there is no vaccine for those coronavirus. So those vaccines, they are prepared from killed or attenuated form of microorganisms for the human welfare. Along with that, vaccines, some antibiotics like penicillin, tetracycline, those vaccines also produced in the large scale in industry through or with the help of microorganisms. And these microorganisms also used in the sewage treatment or domestic wastage sewage treatment. Those important topics are clearly discussed in this unit, and this unit is also important for both IP as well as NEET. One long answer is coming from this unit 6, and some important NEET questions also coming from this unit. So it is about total second year botany syllabus. Next, some botany subject dealers are there. They have to discuss topics. The particular person, they have to discuss that particular topic. From tomorrow onwards, those list is given in this PPT. List of the botany faculty for online webinar classes. Vani ma'am from Vaira. She deals second unit in first year and first unit fourth chapter photosynthesis in the second year. Next lecturer is Srikanth sir from Vikarabad. He deals seventh unit in first year and third unit in second year. Next lecturer Sharda ma'am from Balnagar. She deals fourth unit in first year and sixth unit in second year. Next Sita ma'am from Chautuppal. She deals sixth unit from first year. Next lecturer Bhanuchandra sir from Beachpalli. He explains fifth unit from first year, fourth unit from second year. Next lecturer Kumar sir from Siddipet. He explains first unit in the second year, third and fifth chapter. Enzymes and respiration both are present in the second year botany first unit. He explains those chapters. And the next lecturer is Afrin Sultana ma'am from Vangara. She explains first and third unit in first year. She explains 2 units from the first year. Next, myself, Sarala. I will explain fifth unit, that is nothing but biotechnology from second year. So it is about total first year and second year syllabus introduction. I would like to wind up the class. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. My special thanks to Secretary Sir. Thank you, all of you.